She stood near the checkout, clutching a half-full basket and looking more like a statue than a woman. Her coat was worn at the elbows, one button missing near the chest, and her eyes, those tired, quietly frantic, scanned the conveyor belt as if calculating the price of her own dignity. The beeping of scanners filled the fluorescent-lit grocery store, families chatted around her, carts clattered, children begged for candy, but she was still. Have you ever felt invisible in a world that just kept walking past you? And, for a moment, the world was completely still. Her name was Gloria, 72, retired teacher, widowed 10 years ago, and lately skipping dinner to keep the lights on. Her daughter lived 3 states away, struggling herself, and the Social Security checks never seemed to stretch far enough, especially not when the heat bill showed up looking like a ransom note. She moved forward in the line, her grip tightening on the handle of her plastic basket. Inside it, a carton of eggs, a loaf of bread, a small tub of margarine, and 1 can of soup. Her stomach growled as she glanced at the prices flashing on the register ahead of her. 6.32, 12.89. She swallowed. Her hand trembled slightly as she reached for her wallet, feeling the corners of the few crumpled bills she'd folded so carefully that morning. $8.60. Exactly. Next, the cashier called. Gloria stepped forward, unloading her items slowly, deliberately, as if each one deserved a final moment before the conveyor belt claimed them. She kept her eyes down, away from the stairs behind her. Imagined or real? She wasn't sure anymore. The cashier was young, maybe 20, freckles across her nose and a ponytail that bounced every time she scanned an item. Her name tag read Ellie. She greeted Gloria with a smile that wasn't forced, the kind that almost startled you with its sincerity. "Good evening, ma'am." Gloria nodded back, whispering, "Hi." Ellie began scanning. Eggs, beep, bread, beep, soup, beep, margarine, beep. Total, 9.13. Gloria's face flushed. She double-checked the wallet. $8.60. Her mind scrambled. What to put back? The eggs were cheapest, but her body ached for something warm, and the soup was 50 cents more. Maybe the margarine. She cleared her throat. I think I might need to." That's when Ellie paused. Her hand, mid-air with the receipt, stopped as her eyes landed on the shaking in Gloria's fingers. Why would a stranger care when even family had stopped checking in? Ellie didn't ask anything. She just looked up, smiled gently, and pressed a few keys on the register. A soft beep followed, then another. New total, null. Gloria blinked. Tudent. Ellie slid the bag across. "It's all covered, ma'am. Don't worry about it." Gloria's lips parted, but no words came out, just silence. Then, "Why?" Ellie shrugged, still smiling. "My grandma used to say, when you have enough to give, do it quietly, but always do it. She passed away last year. I think she'd want me to help someone like you." Tears welled up in Gloria's eyes, hot and fast, the kind that sting before they spill. The woman behind her scoffed lightly, impatient. But Gloria didn't hear it. She was locked in that moment, unsure whether to cry or smile. She reached for the bag, her voice barely above a whisper. "Thank you. You don't know what this means." Ellie nodded. "I think I do." As Gloria walked slowly through the automatic doors, the air outside bit at her cheeks. She clutched the plastic bag like it was a golden ticket. The world, still cold, still hard, felt a little less cruel. She didn't eat the soup that night. Instead, she made a peanut butter sandwich from the pantry and wrapped the groceries tight. Tomorrow, she'd make something warm. But tonight, she needed to hold on to that feeling just a little longer. She slept with the bag next to her on the kitchen counter. You ever feel like kindness finds you when you need it the most? The next day, Gloria returned. She didn't need anything. She just needed to see that face again, that ponytail, that smile. Ellie was at checkout 6. "I wanted to thank you," Gloria said softly, approaching between customers. Ellie looked up, surprised but glad. "You're welcome." They talked, just a little. Favorite soups, cold winters. Gloria found herself laughing, really laughing, for the first time in weeks. Ellie shared that she was putting herself through nursing school. Worked night shifts, didn't have much time for friends. From that day on, Gloria came every Thursday at 5:30 p.m., right when Ellie's shift started. Sometimes she bought groceries, sometimes just a banana. Sometimes she only wandered the aisles and left with nothing but a wave goodbye. Weeks passed, then months. They grew closer, not through grand gestures, but through steady moments. Ellie started visiting Gloria on Sundays, bringing leftovers from her apartment, teaching her how to use FaceTime so she could see her daughter's face. Gloria taught Ellie how to make homemade chili and how to hand-stitch a quilt. "You remind me of her," Ellie once said quietly, sipping hot cocoa at Gloria's table. "Your grandma?" Ellie nodded. "The way you hum when you cook, the way you fold your napkin before eating." Gloria smiled. "She must have been a wonderful woman." "She was, like you." Could this moment, this one, act-rewrite everything they believed about life and loss? One night in early spring, Gloria slipped on the icy step outside her porch and broke her hip. The ambulance lights painted her small home in red and white flashes. At the hospital, she asked for one person, Ellie. She came, teary-eyed, frantic, stayed the night in the visitor chair, held Gloria's hand through surgery prep, called her daughter, managed her insurance forms. When Gloria opened her eyes after surgery, Ellie was still there. And Gloria whispered, voice raspy, "You're family now." Ellie squeezed her hand. "So are you." What if your smallest kindness became someone else's reason to keep going? 2 years later, Ellie graduated nursing school. She walked across the stage, her name called, cap and gown swaying. In the front row, a silver-haired woman clapped the loudest, tears shining. They still met every Thursday, only now Ellie brought groceries. Sometimes kindness begins with eggs and soup. Sometimes it ends in family. Has kindness ever changed your life? Tell us in the comments your story might inspire our next video. Subscribe to The Kind Story for weekly real-life inspiration and explore our playlist of emotional kindness stories. This story is a work of fiction or dramatized for entertainment purposes. This story is a 100% original creation written exclusively for The Kind Story YouTube channel. While it may be inspired by real human emotions and events, all characters, names, and situations are either entirely fictional or modified for storytelling. This content fully complies with YouTube's community guidelines and is intended to inspire, not mislead,